It's on the AM Reports. Great to have you with us this Monday, the 17th of August. A quick reminder of the big stories we're watching for you at this hour. South Africa recording COVID-19 deaths that are now edging closer to the 12,000 mark after 162 more people succumbed to the virus. Plus, in KZN, Premier Dhesigen says he's worried about the abuse of alcohol and is calling on drinkers to be responsible as we count down to level 2 of the lockdown period. Other stories worth your attention at this hour. August marks World Water Quality Month, and at a time when many South Africans still don't have access to drinkable water. Reasons given for this include low rainfall, failing infrastructure, mismanagement by government and urbanization. Ahmed Kaji takes a look.
The water crisis in South Africa has always been a burning issue, but never has the need for this precious commodity been more urgent than during the coronavirus pandemic. Sufficient supplies of water and sanitation are required in order to save lives. Although climate change has played a role in depleting water sources, South Africa has always been known to be arid, with rainfall of about 464 millimeters compared to a global average of 786 millimeters. CEO of the Water Research Commission, Dhesigen Naidoo, paints a picture of South Africa's water landscape.
In the country as a whole is in a fairly difficult position. And there are three reasons for that. The first reason is that we have indeed come out of a drought. So our water levels in the system are fairly low still, although they're recovering. So the blending and dilution factor is challenged. But the two more classical reasons are, one, there are many more of us than there used to be. And this increases the strain on the water system as it does for the environment as a whole. And the other reason is that the pollution of a highly industrialized country like ours just increases in leaps and bounds every single year.
Naidoo says reducing pollution is one of the best ways to improve water quality in the country, adding that sanitizers and microplastics are dangerous to have in the water system. Plastics have clogged up the water reticulation system, which is also impacting infrastructure and water quality. Naidoo says this will have an impact on South Africans as well.
The impact on human beings, at the risk of sounding dramatic, could be very, very significant. Because as plastics get ground even further and further, those microplastics become nanoparticles inside the system. So if there is a sufficiency of concentration of the microplastics, and we don't think that there is that yet, we could be seeing the rise of something that is the next silicosis. Except now we will have a starting point with these microplastics inside the system. So it's potentially very, very dangerous.
The divide between rural water quality and urban water quality is one that is still being surveyed.
The reality around where we are is this, that the out-of-tap water quality between the urban areas and the rural areas is a massive divide. The urban water quality is far superior. In fact, South Africa is one of the few places in the world where in all of the major cities and most of the major towns you can actually drink directly out of the tap. And the irony is in the rural areas that have the more pristine water, because of the lack of infrastructure, this is not true.
Despite the negative effects of the COVID-19 lockdown, there has been a silver lining where water is concerned. Naidoo says the pandemic has allowed water quality to improve due to lower levels of pollution. He adds that wastewater is being used to detect the coronavirus in hotspot areas. Naidoo also says that the difficulty in implementing changes targeted at saving water is financial implications it will have on government and whether farmers and industries can make practical changes effectively. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ahmed Kaji.
Right, let's take you to news making headlines across the continent now. At least 17 people have been killed